Adum praise. Adum praise. Na na na.
You know what I love the most about Elder Miracle?
What do you love about?
Why?
Hey,
I am Poe. Charlie.
Adum praise. Yeah, but him. So you know how we do it tomorrow?
So
Perez Dome.
Please go and sit at the Perez Dome at 6 p.m.
I have people saying Perez Dome. Please, Perez.
No, please. It's Perez Dome. Hey, you know one time I was on this show and I said Perez Dome.
Oh no, please take
it wasn't me.
Perez Dome. So it's going to be a fantastic night.
It's going to be amazing.
And we're going to do this. The elder himself will be at the house. You know how
Elder Miracle
will be there.
Anointed man of God.
Diana Hamilton is going to be there. You know what we're talking about.
Eben
is going to be there.
He's going to be there.
The multimedia choir is going to be there. You know what we're talking about.
Groovy eye.
So no joke. The Joy Sports Center should be brought to you definitely by
Adum Praise. But of course, if you want your tickets, you can come here to Joy FM. It's just 60 Ghana cedis, so you can get them at the gate. And please be seated by 6, and then the program itself will start at 7. It's going to be an amazing experience. You don't want to miss a minute of it. Now, the Joy Sports Center is brought to you by MTN. Welcome to the new world. Standard Chartered Bank here for good. FPAC blows your pain away. Multi-TV, Just Thrills, and Cowbell Gold Energy for winners. Observe the 3 golden rules to keep your MTN Momo account safe and secure. 1. Keep your MTN Momo PIN safe. It's your secret. 2. Don't give away your MTN Momo transaction details. And 3. Perform all your MTN Momo transactions yourself. Keep your account safe and secure and continue to enjoy a fast and convenient MTN Momo experience. Dial star 170 and just Momo it everywhere you go. Another academic year is here with us, and Standard Chartered is ready to welcome our students with Vim in the Standard Chartered Pay with Ease promo. Between now and the end of September, students of University of Ghana and KNUST can pay their academic and facility user fees at any Standard Chartered branch across the country and win lots of goodies including iPads, flat screen TVs, branded notepads, pens and many more. You can make your payments at any of our collection points on UG Legon main campus, Accra City campus and KNUST main campus when you return to school to begin your registration, or simply pay ahead before school reopens and present your slip at our campus branches to redeem your prize. Welcome back to school the Standard Chartered way. Have a semester to remember. Standard Chartered, here for good.
And we can get into the Joy Sports Center now, Daniel, because FIFA has announced the mandate of the Normalization Committee, which according to them shall perform its functions for 6 months, meaning they would not go beyond the 31st of March 2019. So what's the mandate of the committee? Benedict Owusu has been telling me more about the work of the Normalization Committee there.
Well, George, so the Normalization Committee's mandate will include the following tasks: to run the GFA's daily affairs and cooperate with the Special Task Force once it has been set up by FIFA, CAF and the Government of Ghana. Also, they are tasked to review the GFA statutes to ensure compliance with the requirement of FIFA and CAF, particularly Article 15 of the FIFA statute. And the last thing they are required to do is, once the GFA statutes meet the requirement of FIFA and CAF, they will have to organize and conduct elections of a GFA executive committee on the basis of the revised GFA statutes.
In terms of the composition of the committee, which is set to be announced by the close of this week, Information Minister Designate Kojo Oppong Nkrumah confirms a FIFA/CAF delegation are in town to complete that process.
Is that in the coming days, a delegation from FIFA and CAF are expected in Ghana to assess the suitability of the names that we have proposed, or the names proposed by the Government of Ghana for that Normalization Committee. It is our expectation that this will pave the way for the reorganization of Ghana football moving forward. A little note in that letter is that The specified period of time during which the normalization committee shall perform its functions shall expire when all of the above-mentioned tasks have been properly fulfilled.
And talking about FIFA, the 2026 World Cup will feature an expanded 48 teams to be hosted by the United Bit of USA, Mexico and Canada, who specifically have some question marks because they are not traditional football countries. That notwithstanding, the Maple Leaf country is hopeful of spicing up the tournament. This is according to Canadian High Commissioner to Ghana, Her Excellency Heather Cameron.
Well, of course, we are known for hockey and our other winter sports. We're a northern country in winter, and the cold is a really strong part of our identity. But Canada's changing, and soccer, as we call it, or football as you call it, is now the fastest growing participatory sport in Canada. And we have 3 Canadian teams in the Major League Soccer League. In Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver. So I think it's actually going to be an opportunity to show a hidden side of Canada, one that enjoys football, perhaps not quite with the same passion as Ghanaians or others on the continent, but definitely a sport that we're learning to love more and more. And I think the World Cup in Canada will be catalytic.
Now, the Black Starlets are expected to leave Accra for Niger this afternoon for the new 7-nation zonal qualifying tournament for the African Junior Championship. Head coach of the team, Karim Zito, will be traveling with a 20-man squad for the qualifying tournament, which begins this Sunday. Spokesperson of the FIFA CAF liaison team, Dan Kweku-Yeboah, has the team's itinerary.
The team is expected to leave 1 p.m. With the Askai airline. So everything is in place and we're looking forward to a successful tournament. We did not want to be caught unaware. So instead of getting to the tournament venue before we go through the MRI, the liaison team led by Dr. Kofi Amoah and Otia Kenten consulted the ministry and they released funds. So we have internally done our MRI test and everything went well. Quite apart from that, whatever there is to do with respect to per diem, we've really put measures in place and we're hoping that we're going to get good results. You know, immediately after the liaison team took over, the Starlets were one of the teams that went to camp. So they've been there for so many weeks.
Well, Daniel, this is an interesting story because there was humiliation for Giana Stars last night as they got mauled 6-0 by Moroccan side Raja Casablanca in their final CAF Confederations Cup Group A match. Before the game, there were reports that the team had suffered from food poisoning, and that could have been the contributing factor. Raja, by virtue of that result, finished top of Group A with 11 points, with DR Congo side AS Vita dropping to second after they were beaten by ASEC Mimosa in Abidjan in the concurrent match. So, Daniel, very, very, very interesting. I mean, we were hearing stories. I know that the management of Giana Stars, Stasi and the CEO, Albert Comey has come to say, look, he doesn't think they lost the game because of food poisoning, but we have been told stories about, jollof being carried all the way to Morocco and, jollof.
Wait. So we took jollof. Are you sure they didn't stop by?
The Kenke, and, the guys went to enjoy it there, but I don't know how to put this in my 6-0, Charlie.
But are you sure they didn't stop by Nigeria?
They didn't stop by Nigeria to pick any Nigeria jollof. But it was Ghana jollof. I'm sure it was from here. It's all part of it. It's not easy.
Our jollof too.
It's normal. But jollof that
I'll give them a special dedication at the end of the sports center.
Jollof that flew all the way to Morocco. It's not easy. Anyway, the point is they didn't qualify. So let's do this right now. Talk about tennis shortly. Or before we do that, why don't we get into the UEFA Champions League places right now? Because there's going to be a draw this afternoon. And I know you have a huge interest because you are a Liverpool fan. I'll be telling you about where you find yourself in terms of the ports. But Eduardo Salvio scored twice, including a penalty, as Benfica beat PAOK 5-2 on aggregate to make it through to this afternoon's Champions League draw. Now, that champions in 1988 European Cup winners PSV also safely made it through the group stages. It's a big one there for Ghana. We've got a Ghanaian player in Red Star Belgrade. They've also made it to the Champions League group stage, and we will see. So, Daniel, very interesting where you find yourself because Liverpool are in pot 3 And if you don't mind, I'll take you to Pot 1. You have Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Manchester City, Juventus, Paris Saint-Germain, and Lokomotiv Moscow. Then we have in Pot 2, Borussia Dortmund, Porto, Manchester United, Shakhtar Donetsk, Benfica, Napoli, Tottenham, and Roma. And Liverpool is in Pot 3. So you can expect just anything in that draw.
We can get players from either Pot 1.
Pot 1,
teams from either
you
Pot
get
1
one
or
from
2.
Pot 1, from Pot 2, and you, Pot 3, will add the one from Pot 4. So if you're in Pot 3, it means that Liverpool can have a very interesting draw, and we'll be looking forward to that. These days, you say you have Alisson Becker, and you have the best goalkeeper, and the best defender in the world, and the best goalpost in the world. So let's see how you go with all of that. But in tennis, Andy Murray's return to Grand Slam tennis, ended in a 4-set defeat by Spanish 31st seed Fernando Verdasco in the US Open second round. And of course, the Williams sisters are set to meet. Here's the BBC's Andy Bowell with a wrap of day 3 action at Flushing Meadows.
It was another baking hot day in New York for the US Open tennis, where the extreme heat policy was in operation again. The former world number 1, Andy Murray, suffered a second-round exit, but he was angry as his opponent, Fernando Verdasco, spoke with his coaching team during a mid-match break.
I went for a shower and he was having an ice bath, and when I came out of the shower, his coach and one of the Spanish doubles players was in there chatting to him, and you're not allowed to speak to your coach. So I went and I told the supervisor, I said, what are you guys doing? I mean, there's clear rules here and you're allowing this to take place. I don't get it.
The men's top seed Rafa Nadal came through his second round match, while in the women's singles, the Williams sisters are to face each other in round 3. Venus defeated Caroline Georgi 6-4, 7-5, while Serena Williams blasted past Germany's Karina Witthoft 6-2, 6-2. The defending champion Sloane Stephens also progressed. The US Open organisers have issued a statement saying the code violation issued to Alizé Cornet for changing her top on court was wrong. The player, though, seemed satisfied with the apology.
All right, now let's talk about the Joy Sports Invitational. Yes, taking place on the 1st of September, this Saturday at the Lizzie Sports Complex. And there was fireworks at the factory side of Nestle Ghana Limited when the Joy Sports Invitational van pulled over at their premises. Baba Tando has more.
Coming into this year's tournament as former winners of the Basketball, Volleyball and Team Spirit Awards, Nestle Ghana Limited will be looking forward to adding to their list of trophies. Production and Beverages Manager Edward Obing, who recently returned from a training tour of Europe, says he has signed all the best players around.
For the CEO Award, we have a foreign player. We have Kwamevic in the house. Yeah. Do we have Filipovic? Do we have Charitok in it? We are bringing all the Vic. We are not playing extra time. We are finished in 90 minutes. Gokin, listen to the name, Maulovic. Gokin, minimum 6 goals.
And they have a word or two for their fellow competitors.
I think it should be Nestle against all the other companies. Multimedia always has the bragging rights of host and win. Is it going to be host and win? Is Magdan part of this competition? Please, we want them in the first round. We don't want to play them in the knockout. 3-0, knockout will be worse. In fact, they need to bring a basket. If they want to meet us in the knockout, they should come in the first round. Only Magdan. As for host and win,
Filipovic.
Filipovic.
Yeah,
George
yeah.
Adovic.
We'll see. Oh, Adovic is normal.
Dazovic.
Yeah. Those ones are normal.
Tell you that the Croatia that went with all their Vic, H people, Charlie, they didn't end up well with them. Raymond Aquavic has joined us in the studio.
Aquavic has joined us in the studio.
Yes, Raymond.
Aqua, we know you have been training. What
Yes.
should we expect from you on the day?
Wonderful skills in
My
basketball.
God!
I wanted to
In basketball, yeah?
please affirm to them
Yes.
that me, I was an excellent player of rugby when I was at my younger ages,
Oh,
in
yes.
my heydays.
That is true. He's in here.
Yes.
Fantastic.
George,
Rugby.
The record
you
is
don't have
clear.
to defend
No, I'm not talking
Raymond
about he was
because he's your friend.
No. Fantastic.
George, I know you
Fantastic.
to be a very
Through
peaceful
the-
person.
What are you
Don't do
telling
this
me?
today.
I'm telling you the guy was fantastic.
I've been trying to get back my old basketball skills, and I'm sure I'm convinced
That on Saturday
Yes.
you do it for me.
I will deliver.
Thank you very much.
George, you said rugby or is basketball included?
No, we'll do basketball. He's
Yes.
He's trying to transfer.
Baba
your
yesterday
skills
gave
from rugby to
the
Olympics
two
sugar.
for the record. The
Yes,
two.
the two rugby.
Yes, I gave up on basketball earlier than rugby. But now, Baba gave me captainship of the basketball team.
Okay, in
Yes.
that case, I saw Yolanda Tuba.
Papaya,
No, but you can accept Papayao playing football, but
Papayao
you can't accept
is
me
a
playing
striker.
I've accepted
No,
Papayao playing
Papayao is a
football.
striker. No, Papayao is a striker. I met him at the Lizzie Sports Complex last night. In fact,
he was training.
He was training alone, and he was kicking.
I'm going to welcome my
like,
producer,
Papayao
Papayao Asari.
Papayao
onto the
Asari was
platform.
kicking the balls, trying to score. Papa,
Yes.
tell us what to expect on the day, man.
It's just a simple thing.
Oh my God.
Typical English striker.
English.
Just swinging
Alan
the ball.
Shearer.
Alan Shearer.
Oh my God.
Look,
Banking
when you
the
said English striker, I lost confidence.
Why you lost confidence?
English striker. The English striker is saying that.
I don't see Alan Shearer. What are you trying to say? Fantastic guy. Charlie,
Oh, please.
I saw you, and I know what you are doing.
Yes.
They can't intimidate you.
Yes.
You'll be on the pitch that day.
I'm playing 2 games. I'll be on the Scrabble.
Redwan is here. Thank you, Redwan.
And I'll also be on the pitch.
Before we go for the
Yeah.
whatever
The groove.
listen, it's simple. We have a mascot for the tournament, and the mascot for the Joy Sports Invitational is Papayao.
Hey, Redwan, if I do this, what were you going to say?
Papayao will do it. But Charlie,
In fact, I've reversed Redwan. You won't enter my studio.
Papayao, you are going to perform.
Appropriate sanctions will be given.
But you are going to perform. Don't worry.
Yes.
I'll see you on the day.
I have
I'll give
utmost
you a chance to
confidence in
perform.
Papayao.
Yes. There'll be no jollof matter there. No jollof.
No. There
You
is
eat your jollof at home.
there is a
You eat
very
your
very
jollof at home.
important jollof matter. That's why we are dedicating this one
To Adriana Stars.
To Adriana Stars.
All the players who took jollof.
All the players.